Tuesday, the 24th of February already, and I'm back from family reunion. Kelly's still there, and I think Louise and Matt are scattered around Florida in this cold, chilly morning. We've got a good one for you today, something you're going to hear very, very often. When you work with a buyer, I mean, obviously first-time buyer, but a lot of buyers are not familiar with the real estate market where you work. They're going to ask this question. Here it is. They ask you, we like this home. That's pretty good news, right? What do you think about the asking price? That is how we're going to open up the conversation today. And you're going to have the opportunity to help these folks maybe make a decision about buying a home. It all depends on how you answer. So Louise, who is ready to go today? And they may not have their hand up, but secretly they might.
Well, I know Robert is always chomping at the bit. He's a good sport.
Always.
And while I get, thank you, Robert. And while I get set up, Kelly, maybe Robert and Kelly can have this conversation.
Okay.
So Kelly, tell me, what is it about the asking price that you're concerned about or asking about?
Well, I think it's too much. You know, I think there's a lot of inventory out there right now, and I think it's just too much.
So when you say it's too much, the asking price on it is currently at $500,000. How much do you think it is too much?
Well, let me ask you, what do you think? What do you think about the price? You're my agent.
Well, what my thoughts are on the price are not as important. I mean, do you like the home?
Yeah, we like the home, but I trust your opinion. What do you think about the price?
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you say you like the house?
Well, we like it enough that we're talking about putting an offer in.
Okay. So, the question starts to become, Kelly, when you're thinking about an asking price, you want to think to yourself, if I write an offer on this home and I don't get it, am I going to be super disappointed? So will you be super disappointed?
Yeah, I think we're at that stage. We would be disappointed, but we also don't want to lose money in this market if we can find a discount here.
Time. We let Matt go first on Tuesdays. This is Matthew Tuesday. Go ahead, Matt.
So this is a fun one because they say, we like the home. What do you think about the asking price? But in there, what are they not saying? And Robert, and I think this is for everybody, but do they want to make an offer? When clients ask me stuff like that, well, we like, or agents will ask me, or buyer or other people will ask me, well, how motivated is the seller? How flexible is the seller? How this, how that? Would you like to make an offer is my next question. Nothing else other than, would you like to make an offer?
Or maybe, as we talked about yesterday, Matt, maybe, would you like to own the home?
Exactly. Yeah. And I thought Robert was going there, but it never got there. So it's, when they ask, what do you think about the price? You have to discern what they're saying there. Do you want to own this? When you ask me that, does that mean that you want to own this? Make sense?
Yes.
So I think we've got the fear of God into these guys, Matt. They think that when they ask the question about price, it's going to be kryptonite. They better not talk about it. However, there's three things, you guys, you're taking notes. And I met several of our reconders at family reunion in Atlanta, and they showed me their notebooks. So great job, you guys, taking notes. That's a fair question from a buyer. What do you think about it? There's three things you know and you can share. You can share what's happened in the past. You can share what's currently on the market, and you can talk about market trends. There's one more thing you know about the home that you can share that I think, and you got to be careful how you share this information. Do you know how long it's been on the market? So many times when you have a conversation with a buyer, they want to know, isn't that a lot like sitting down with a seller as you're attempting to figure out what the market's doing? And you can say, well, let me tell you, here's the things, the homes that have sold in this neighborhood. And luckily, if it's a cookie cutter neighborhood, you've got some other homes that are similar. So you can give them that information. I believe the doctor, Matt, would give information and not just say, well, how sick are you?
Right.
Fair?
Yeah. Like, well, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much, how much do you want to, how much do you like this home? How much, that's all irrelevant.
So anyway, good job. So we're going to build on that, you guys. Number 2, Louise.
Okay, number 2 is Chance with me. So Chance, my husband and I, we like this home. What do you think about the asking price?
So do you guys do you feel like you guys have made a good look at the home? Do you really love it?
Well, we're on the fence. We just want to make sure we get a good value.
Right. So I mean, looking at the MLS, it looks like the property, it's only been on the market for 3 days. So how do you guys feel about
You want me to throw you a bone?
Yeah.
So, Louise, it's a good question. When you ask me that, what are you hoping to gather from that question or from my answer?
Okay.
Well, you've been doing real estate and you've been involved in more purchases and sales than we have. So what are your thoughts about the asking price of this property?
Okay. Are you asking because you'd like to make an offer on it?
Well, it does check our boxes. We just want to make sure that we're not overpaying for a property.
Chance, do you want to jump back in?
So whenever you say overpaying, what do you mean by that?
Good.
Well, I've seen a lot of price reductions, with some of the houses that we've seen on the market for a few days. And if this is going to be one of those big if this property is going to have a price reduction next week, I'd rather submit an offer next week with a price reduction.
Time. Hey, so I'll tell you what, you guys, I don't know who's next, but that would be a great one to build on what Louise just said. Okay, so who's going next, Louise?
Derek with Dawn.
Derek, did you hear what Louise said? You're muted. Okay,
Yes.
so Matt, is it okay if we pick it up from that point?
I want him to pick up right there because we were actually making progress with that. So go ahead, Derek.
So we're talking price reduction. Is that correct, Louise?
Right. Well, hold on. Derek, she's saying we don't want to see it have a price reduction next week and us make an offer right now.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense?
I think I got it.
And you're with Dawn. You and Dawn are picking it up.
Okay. So Don, based on what you just asked there, we may not get a second chance. We're talking a possibility, as opposed to a hard fact, if you know what I mean.
And Dawn's not here, so you're picking it up with Kelly. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. Where's Kelly?
Yeah, I'm here.
He's here.
Okay. So yeah, Kelly, based on what we're talking about, there's a possibility of a price reduction, but we may not get a second chance. So do you want to own this home?
Yeah, I want to own the home. Tell you what though, can you advise me on going to next week and making that, should we make an offer at next week's price, what you think that price will be?
Well, let me just say, Kelly, my crystal ball is in the shop. I don't have it right now, but I'll just say this, that, like I said before, we may not get a chance for a second chance for this. Now, I will share with you, based on my research that the trends in the market in the area, uh, we got 30 days on the market with this one. It's it's what it is.
Time. Matt, I'll let you go.
I know. I'm thinking.
Where's
Oh,
that trend
why?
going?
Go ahead, Matt.
Well, yeah, it was.
Give me
I
the
was.
sandpaper.
Yeah, no, that Kelly kind of took the thought out of my head. It's like where were we hoping to go with that? I think you were probably lost. That's okay. Kelly's asking. So the premise of this is, I want to wait for a price reduction. I don't want to overpay. So we all remember, guys. People tend to act when they have a fear of losing.
Pain.
Exactly, Kelly. I'm going to try to answer your question, but I'm going to do it as the devil's advocate. I understand you want to get the very best deal possible on this property, and I want to know what that looks like. But before I do, how would you feel if we waited for a price reduction to happen a week, 2 weeks, whenever, and the home sold?
Wouldn't be good.
Okay. So, would you like to make an offer on this home, or would you like to own the home?
We want to own the home.
Okay. What's the number that you'd like to offer on the home that would be a quote good deal to you if you could get it at that, and you wouldn't be disappointed if they said no?
Well, they've already come down twice. So, let's offer 515.
Okay. But you see where I'm going, guys? It's you've taken a piece at a time. Denny, you jump in.
Yeah. So what we're attempting to demonstrate here, you guys, and this happens all the time, and if you've got this as a habit, we're going to ask you to rethink it. Don't give them the advice of what they should offer, because it might have. If you've been right and given advice all the time, well, you're just an accident waiting to happen. Because if they lose the house, they're going to be upset and be upset with you. Let me take it from a 1,000-foot view. What house could they potentially ever think about owning that wouldn't have a possibility the seller changes the price or the status in the future? That exists on everything. So if they wait till next week and there's no price change, or there is one, is it possible there could be another one next week? And after all, guys, when you finally meet that special girl that you want to marry, you're gonna let her go and be free for a little bit and maybe get a better deal later.
Right. Hey, I want you to go be free, explore the world, and then come back to me. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. They turn into monks. All right, let's go next.
Okay, Jenica. Jenica, we like the house. But what do you think about the asking price?
Well, Louise, when you ask me that, are you wondering because you want to make an offer?
I do. We do. Yes.
Okay. And what do you think that you'd be willing to offer on the home?
Well, we're approved for this amount. But compared to everything else we've seen, this just seems like it's too good to be true. The price that they're asking is lower for all of the bells and whistles and bird baths that they're offering. So I wonder, is there something going on? Am I missing something?
Well, that's a good question. They did just come on the market, and when looking at what else is for sale and what's gone pending and has sold, they are quite a bit under those numbers.
So it seems like a steal. Is it one of those things though where they're gonna try to like underprice it, or they're listed it this way to get an auction effect? Because this is like at the top of our price point.
Understood. So you know what, we did talk to the agent, and it sounds like they are waiting to review offers, so it's possible it would be that auction effect. Let me ask you, what price would you be willing to offer where you
The full
wouldn't
ask.
be disappointed if they said no?
Well, the full ask. That's the top of our purchase pre-approval.
Okay, so if that's the most you can go, then we can definitely, put that out there. Let me ask you, if it went for 5,000 more than that, would you be upset if you guys didn't get it?
We would be sad.
One,
Right,
one
we
thing,
can't-
really, forgive me, Matt, for jumping in really fast. Nice job, Jenica, of doing the takeaway. But the way I would do that is I don't put a number on it because that number may scare them. I mean, the bottom line is, write this down. I think I gave it to you yesterday or last week. Would you like my role play with me, Louise? Would you like my advice?
Of course.
Okay, the home has been on the market. It's a brand new listing. Many times they go quickly. I have no idea what the seller's expectations. If you look at it, I'll use Jenica's words. It's priced very competitively, these homes. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Awesome. You're going to say you want to pay asking price. All right. So my advice is you get one shot. So let's say you win at asking price. Sometimes in a market, the asking price is the starting line. So let me ask you, if the home was worth it to you, many buyers will pay more than that. Will you pay more than the asking price? I mean, and if you want to put a number on, if it's sold for a $500 more than asking price, would you feel bad? So that's my only point, Jenica. When you put 5,000 or 10,000, you might be stretching them too far to give you an affirmative answer. The bottom line is, if it's sold for $1,000 more, will they be upset? If the answer is yes, then the number they're giving you is not their best. Sorry for jumping in there, Matt.
No, that's just
Thank
it.
you.
So and then you walk them to that number. You know, it's like when you have a child and you take them by the hand. So tomorrow you see that it's sold for 1,000 more. What would you do? Okay. Tomorrow you saw that you see that it sells for 2,000 more. What would you do? Ultimately, you're going to get to the point where they say, well, then you would ask them, so it sells for 5,000 more, because you walk them to that.
Yes.
Would you be
a number? They'll cry uncle.
Right. Exactly. Right. And then 5,000 more. You wake up the next day, it's sold for 5,000 more. Are you disappointed? Eventually, they're going to say, nope, they could have it. Okay, great. So this is our offer then.
There you go. All right. Good job, Jenica. Next.
Okay, Fan and Kelly are next.
Kelly,
All right.
appreciate the question. How bad you want to own this house?
We really want the house. We got to get, we need to get to where we're going. But, what do you think? What do you think about the asking price right now?
It's been on the market for 30 days. We know three things: the past, current, trend. You only got one shot. Will you pay more than the asking price?
Whoa. You're kind of like dumping the whole can of all tricks at one time, Fan. Maybe something will stick, Matt.
Yeah, I know. He's just throwing them at him, like throwing darts, man. Holy cow.
Really quick, before I'll let Matt give you some comments. Listen, one thing that I picked up listening to you guys and I'm learning, and I don't know if I thought about this when I wrote it, when they ask you what you think about the asking price, don't assume they're asking you what is the value of the home. That could be two different questions. So Matt, help Fan out.
Yeah, I mean, when they ask about the asking price, like, don't assume anything. Well, Kelly, where's the question? Where are you coming from with this question?
Well, I see the trend. I see the trends are, in Florida here, are kind of going down.
Okay.
So how can you help me? Can we make a prediction of somewhat on the asking price here? Where are they going?
If you knew where they were going, what would you do with that information?
I would make an offer based on where I thought where they're going to end up.
Okay, so you'd like to make an offer.
Absolutely, yes.
Got it. Fan, jump back in for like 30 seconds.
Kelly, what's going to be your offer?
Well, can you tell me a little bit more about the trends? What's happened in the last 30 days in the neighborhood I'm buying?
we got in the last 30 days, we have this many homes that pop on the market. We have this many homes sold.
Okay. Well, with that being said, we'd like to offer 515.
Okay. So if you only got one shot, and would you be disappointed if seller says no?
I would be disappointed, yes.
Okay. Do you like own it or offer it?
Well, we want to own the house.
Time.
All right.
So the last thing I'll say, Fan, when they ask about trends, and when they ask about trends, guys, we don't have to play this question answer game anymore. Like you can give them information. So Kelly, here's what I know. I know that right now our average days on market are about 45. This one's been on for about 30. And I know that homes are selling for about, or they're selling on an average of 90% of list price. But can I be really direct with you, Kelly?
Yeah.
And you know that I'm on your side.
Yep.
That information means absolutely nothing because the sale of a home is independent in and of itself. Each seller is selling for a specific reason. So you've got the information about the overall market. How would you like to structure your offer? And if they balled it up and threw it in the trash, you wouldn't be upset at yourself or me.
So, as a reminder today, I couldn't do this yesterday. As a reminder, the Facebook Live will be off. I may even turn off the Zoom recording. We have 15 minutes to debrief from 10 o'clock to 10:15. Coaches can stay on if they can do it. I'll be on. We can have some dialogue about this. The road that, in fact, I'd like to do the next role play if it's okay, because Matt just went down a road that I wanted to see happen. And you start quoting numbers like that. So, Louise, if you don't mind me cutting in line, who am I role playing with? And I'll be the buyer.
With Kelly, go with Kelly.
All right, Denny. We like the home, but
No.
what do you think?
I'm the buyer.
Yeah.
So yeah, we like the home. What do you think about the asking price, Kelly?
Well, let me ask you, where are you wanting to go with the asking price? What do you really mean with that with me?
Well, we like it enough. We might want to consider putting an offer in on it, but I need a little bit more information. So, how long has this home been on the market?
This has been on the market for 45 days or so. Can I ask you something though? Are you wanting to make an offer on the house, or do you want to live in the house?
Well, we're thinking about maybe making an offer on it. So 45 days, it's been on the market 45 days. And what is the asking price again?
500. Okay.
Okay. And you seem to kind of know the market. I asked these questions the last time I bought my house in Baltimore. So typically there's a sales price to list price ratio. What is that normally in your market?
Normally right now, no matter what the trend is and what's going on, we're right above 97% in the market. And that's pretty consistent, even with price reductions.
As an aside, you're probably not that now. So that would suggest that we could go in at 3%. That'd be 15 at 485. Maybe a little bit lower than that, because what's your average time on the market? This house has been on the market 45 days. What's your average time on the market?
Average time on the market. Average time on the market
86.
right now is 82.
Okay, so they're probably not expecting another offer. You see what I'm doing? I'm going to get out of it right now. There's a lot of people have been taught to start throwing those things out there, and what you're doing is you're teaching the buyer how to buy a house that is wrong. Matt brought it up. There is an average weight for men in the U.S., but that doesn't mean you weigh that. There are statistics on days on the market and sales price to list price, which Matt was about right on. Do you realize during COVID in our market, and I'm doing this research, we had 15 months in a row where the sellers got 100%. of asking price.
And there was a couple months where they were over 100 and 101.
I don't even think that the MLS has the graphs above that, but they had 100, 101, whatever. So right now we're about 90, 92%. See, if you use that information with a buyer, they're going to calculate, well, that house is at 500, then I should be offering 90% of that. You've just bit your, what am I saying? You've just shot yourself in the foot. Remember, there is an average wait, there is an average time. However, if somebody comes on the market and they're offering a $100 bill for $99, you think it's going to take, they're going to get 90% of their asking price? Am I making sense, you guys? Don't put too much weight on those numbers. Help me out, Matt. What am I saying?
Yeah, guys, because ultimately, as I mentioned when I was role playing with Kelly, happy to give you the information. It's this and this, but can I be direct with you? It's irrelevant because each seller, just like you as a buyer, your scenario is interdependent, is unique to you. It's unique to you. We don't know what the seller situation is. What do you want to do with this information? So don't get hung up because like Denny being the buyer there, okay, he's like grilling you. Oh, the days on market are this, the average offer is this. So we could probably offer this. Take control of the conversation. Hey, Denny, you're right. We probably could. Would you be disappointed if you lost it?
Yes. By the way, disappointed if you lost it is much stronger than the seller throwing it in the trash. Because that gives them hope they can come back with another offer. But when you say it that way, that's strong.
Right. Yep. Because and I could tell Kelly was kind of on his back feet because we're maybe not used to the like dominating the domineering personality type asking these questions and kind of giving you the order per se. But give them some runway. I always give people like Denny grace. I give them grace. I let them pretend like they're driving the bus, and then I just yank it off the cliff.
Yeah,
I yank.
Like I think Takesha wants to go, Louise. So let's go, and then we'll go into overtime. Okay. So, Takesha.
Well, if we're going into overtime, should we go with Francisco, Carlos, and Takesha, or do you want me to?
Oh no, you've got the order. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So Mike is with me. Mike, we like the home. What do you think about the asking price, though?
Okay. Louise, so you're asking me about the asking price. Are you asking that because you want to make an offer on the house?
We're considering it. Yes.
Okay. And do you have a number that you're considering as far as the offer?
Yeah, we'd like to. We're not comfortable with that price, but we would be comfortable if we could go in like 10 under.
Okay, gotcha. So let me ask you a question. If you went in at that price at 10 under, would you be disappointed if you lost the deal and somebody else got the house?
We would, yeah.
Okay, and I do not know what to ask next. I'm sorry.
We're doing good. Go ahead, Matt.
What was the last thing you said? I was confused.
I asked, would she be disappointed if we offered what she said, 10,000 below, and she said yes.
And
Okay.
we lost it. If we offered 10,000 lower and we lost
Right.
it.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that's what I heard you say. Okay. So understanding that you would be disappointed, Louise, before we put pen to paper, would you like to make any changes to this?
Yeah, you haven't done it yet. You control your destiny. Would you like to change your offer then?
Yeah.
And here's the cool thing. Did I say a number? No.
We're just speculating though, Matt. Like, how do I know how low they'll go? Won't they just counter if they don't like our 10 under? Won't they just counter it?
Can I give you some advice? There's two types of negotiating in real estate. Would you like to know what those two are?
I would.
The first type is if there's 15 houses that Louise would be just as happy living in, You could lowball every single one of them because there's 14 more. You'll just see if something sticks. You follow me?
Yeah.
Second type of negotiating is this. If there are only 1 or 2 homes that you'd be happy with and you lowball, you may risk upsetting the seller, at which point they'll never want to hear from you again, or they may never want to hear from you again. So how would you like to structure your offer, understanding what I just explained?
So great job. So we're at top of the hour right now. So Cindy or Sherry, you can go ahead and stop Facebook Live. Thanks for being on. We'll be back on tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern. We'll go